Hello friends, a warm welcome today to yet another session of the International Fab Talk Show. We are proud, we are humbled, we are honored and grateful to have our guest today. It's a privilege to have her on stage today. Mrs. Meenu Bhargava. She's one of the brilliant people we've met. She has a lot of beautiful things to share with us and she's doing exemplary work. Yes, team, without much wasting of our time, we'll just go down and try to understand in depth about our resource person, our guest, and of course, our great personality today. She is none other than Mrs. Meenu Bhargava. She is a postgraduate in psychology with a PG diploma in guidance and counseling. She is NCERT certified counseling psychologist with 35 years of experience. And dear friends, she has a pan-India presence. Just imagine what a beautiful and rich life she has. And she's shared it all with the people around her, and not only in her state, all around India. That's really nice, ma'am. She is a life skills coach and as well trains teachers, parents, and students on various modules. The best part is she has trained over 15,000 teachers and students in the last 10 years. And friends, she has conducted her sessions in more than 700 schools and colleges all over India. Such a great task that is, ma'am, and really that's a great job. Dear friends, during the COVID pandemic, she conducted 120 plus career webinars for the benefit of the youth and everyone at large. For students, especially of the 11th and 12th standard. The best quality for which she has always been appreciated is her desire to upgrade the skills and knowledge that she requires every now and then. That is the best part of, growing richer and being proactive in this lifespan. Yes, friends, she also has a beautiful passion and dedication towards creativity. She runs her own counseling center in Gurgaon with the name KARAN Consultants. Her interviews and articles have been published in leading newspapers and educational magazines. Ma'am, we are really honored to have your presence here, ma'am. That's really nice to have you here today. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Crystal. Thank you for giving me this opportunity on your International Pep Talk show.
Yes. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much, ma'am. We shall begin our session. Ma'am, how would you define yourself?
Well, you already defined me. So I'm a counseling psychologist and I'm a freelance coach to teachers, students, and parents. And I would say, I'm a very dedicated, very hardworking, sincere, committed person. And I want to help people.
Yes, ma'am. That's really nice. We get to know more about you. That's so sweet. Ma'am, you've been in the professional zone for more than 35 years. How do you manage to de-stress or manage your stress?
See, I think why do you get stressed? The reason is not being organized at times. The reason is not doing the smart work. Okay, and so, if you're well planned, everything depends on your planning also, yeah? So if you're well planned, you're well organized, then you don't have so much stress. Managing time, all these are skills. If you have these skills in you, then you will not never feel that you are lacking time or you are feeling stress. And I would say stress is a very normal phenomenon. So, being overstressed is bad, but having little stress is always good. It inspires you, it drives you to work, right?
Great, ma'am. That's really nice. Ma'am, as a kid, how would you describe yourself? What were you as a little kid? Very humble, honest, naughty?
Yes. As a kid, I was very sober, very studious. I was not at all distracted types. I'm not saying good or bad, but I always wanted to be first in my class. So that type of kid I was, never too demanding also. And we were four sisters and one brother. I was the middle one. So, it was the balanced parenting and everything. So that is how I describe my childhood.
Great, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, may I know what are the services that you offer us, and how are you helping the society and the students especially and the teachers? What do you do, ma'am?
Yeah. So, Crystal, as told to you that, I'm running my counseling center with the name KARAN Consultant. And in this counseling center, we provide face-to-face counseling, plus we do group guidance and counseling. That is, we provide counseling sessions to schools, to teachers, students, and parents. We are also into virtual internships. That is a real world work experience. And, yes, other than that, we are into psychometric assessment where we help students in stream selection and career selection. So, and other than that, yeah, there are many, many more services. We organize career fairs. We do panel discussions, we do talk shows. So all these services are provided by us.
Great, ma'am. That's so nice to know that, you have so many streams open for us. Thank you, ma'am. Definitely, we will connect with you, and our audience too will definitely connect with you. Thank you, ma'am, for your services. Ma'am, who is your inspiration or role model?
See, I've been very fascinated by Kiran Bedi when I was in college. Now, from that time, I used to love her for her hard work. And she was very organized person. So she was my role model. I wanted to be like her.
Great, ma'am. Ma'am, I'd like to ask you, what makes you unique and special? What is that one thing that makes you so special, ma'am?
Yeah, uniqueness in me is that I don't go so much for outer beauty, but I think inner beauty is very important. Having a very compassionate, heart. And I'm very kind to others. Always I'm trying to help people. I think that, and I'm very friendly by nature. I can say I'm totally extrovert person. I get my energies when I am with people. So yeah, that is what makes me unique, I would say. A person who is always looking forward to helping people and, always growing myself in my profession, upgrading myself. Every day I want to learn new things. I am very much interested in making research. So all these things I think make me a unique person.
Excellent, ma'am. Thank you so much. Definitely, ma'am, you're really unique and special with a beautiful mind and a beautiful heart. Thanks, ma'am, for gracing our platform today. Ma'am, what is the difference between smart work and hard work? How would you define that?
They like this, that, suppose you have bags, two bags, a school bag. Now, the weight is same, but in one you have put wheels and all, and you are pulling it. So you are not feeling the weight. The other one doesn't have this. So here you have used the technique, which has made your, lifting the bag easy. So same is with your work. If you use technology, suppose I have to write a postcard or Indian letter or whatever mails one by one to 500 people, it's a difficult task. But if I create a group mail ID and do the same work, then it becomes a smart work. Similarly, keeping the information haphazard in folders. And another thing is putting it in a very systematic way and using maybe Excel sheet or whatever to make it smart work, right? So that it is easy to access. Now I have my data, suppose, which all schools I have been to. I've not trained 15,000 teachers. Sorry, I've trained 40,000 teachers. So I've got the data with me, right? So this is how we work, smartly. We have, everything is there. See, you do a work. Now you summarize it in a tabular form. So principal is asking you to show what work you have done. Easily she'll be able to see in the tabular form what activities you have done, or whether you have celebrated mental health day, adolescent education, or whatever other. So, that is what I mean by smart. You're unmute.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for that. Thank you. Because I didn't want to disturb you. So I just muted myself. Dear team, we'd like to inform you that ma'am has trained more than 40,000 teachers and students and parents. We'd like to check ourselves. Thank you, ma'am. You have a brilliant, way of dealing with things and, offering your services. Thank you so much. I'd like to go with the next question, ma'am. If you may permit me, may I go to the next question?
Sure.
Yes, dear. What is the one thing that you would want to change in the world?
I don't want people to be sick, but I know they have to. Yeah, but at least, mentally people should be happy. So I want, the most important thing is being healthy and happy.
Great.
So even to parents, I always advise that, don't be so much result focused and all. Instead of that, make your children happy and healthy. Yeah, so
Yes,
that
do
is
you
one.
have... Yes, dear. Please, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, I believe in holistic development of children, that they should not just be given academic development, but, emotional development is most important. Yeah. So, other than physical, social development, emotional development, and even spiritual development, all these developments are important.
Great, ma'am. That's really beautiful, ma'am. That's really very nice. Do you have any dream projects, any more projects which you have, any more services that you'd like to share with us today to, enlighten our audience and the public?
Yeah. So, Crystal, I want to be an international level trainer. That is my dream. And I want to train more and more parents, students, and teachers. See, to be very frank, what I feel is that nowadays, school may be trying a lot to inculcate values in children. But, those values are not given in their homes. Nowadays, so many diverse are taking place. Relationships are so casual. So I feel like, these little things should change. People are not having tolerance and patience and responsibility. All these things are lacking, even the values. So, parents should also try to give best. I'm not talking of materialistic needs. That the parents are doing a lot for their children. So here I want to bring a change. Telling parents that, some time you have to spend with your children and, give them a good environment at home. Not that children are seeing you all the time fighting, arguing, or, having inconsistent behaviors amongst yourself. So all that, I feel quality time is very important for parents to give. And that's where I want to work.
Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Quality time, dear parents. All the parents who are viewing this channel and today's interview session, kindly give quality time according to our guest of honor today. And the truth is, we need to give quality time to our children, to ourselves, and really create a better world, a greater loving family. Yes, ma'am. What makes you smile? What brings a smile on your face?
Yeah, so Crystal, I was just thinking that nowadays, instead of books, the parents are providing screens to children, right? I mean, I'm not against screens, but then healthy screen time should be there. If parents sit and analyze how much time they spend on screens, they will come to know how much time they have spent on WhatsApp or on mobile phones all the time, or social media, or how many times they are watching the news. So all this time they could give to their children. They could read for them. They could play with them. They could take them out. But I think these things, I've seen children, they are missing on all this. In our time, like my grandma used to tell me so many stories I used to enjoy. I'm a grandma too, so I, do a lot of activities with my granddaughter and I enjoy it thoroughly. So this is what I feel, that emotional bond is required between parents and child, which I feel is missing. Parenting is being outsourced to, servants, to caretakers, to drivers, to tutors, to all these people. There I want to make a change.
Beautiful, ma'am. Hats off to you. Hats off to you. The emotional bonding is missing, right? That's
Right.
yeah, very well explained, ma'am. Yeah, you put your point very clearly. And ma'am, the services that you offer, definitely, I hope parents get in touch with you and get a deeper understanding of how to emotionally bond with their little children, with their family, maybe teenage children, and save relationships and live a happier life. Very well said, ma'am. Thank you. Yes, dear ma'am, I go with the next question here. What would you have been if you didn't be who you are today? What other profession you would choose?
Yeah, I wanted to be a news reader. Okay, that was my dream. So, but I couldn't do it because I think I was not so good in GK and other things. So that, of course, now we are on technology. We are all the time, having these talk shows and all where we are on, not news reader, but of course, we are also important people now.
Yes, ma'am. Very well said, ma'am. Ma'am, which is your favorite color and why?
Okay, my favorite color is pink. Yeah. And I like it because it is very soft color. And anybody who wears it, whether young child or adult, it looks very nice. So that is my favorite.
Yes, ma'am. What is this one advice you would like to give the younger generation? Any advice for a younger generation?
Yeah. See, this is 21st century, right? We are in the era of artificial intelligence, driverless cars, driverless metros, and drones, robots, all these. So children just don't need to be, don't need to have just bookish knowledge, but their thinking skill, their imagination power, that has to be developed. They have to become more and more creative. They have to become problem solvers. This is one advice I want to give to my young students, that become a problem solver, become a researcher, use your creativity. Application of knowledge is very important. So that all they should learn, not just that they do rote learning and get 99% and then have no empathy, they have no compassion, don't respect elders. So these, the values which are not there now in our society. And there are no good role models for children. No, children learn what they live. So that living, they see all the time, these ladai jhagda, racist environment, disrespectful language on the social media. पार्लियामेंट देख लो, कहीं भी देख लो, बच्चों को वो एनवायरनमेंट जो दिखना चाहिए वो नहीं मिलता.
जी मैम, सही कहा आपने मैम. Yes, you're absolutely right, dear. Ma'am, would you mind sharing a nice quote, any proverb which you give a lot of importance? Yes, dear.
Yeah, sure. So what is the difference between ordinary and extraordinary? It is just the word extra, right? So, extra dedication, extra sincerity, extra commitment, extra time management, all these things, extra positive thinking, all these things can turn one person, transform a person from ordinary to extraordinary. Yeah.
Great, ma'am. Ma'am, how many languages do you speak?
I speak 2 languages, Hindi and English.
Okay, ma'am. Which is your favorite subject at school?
English.
Wow, great. Yes, great, ma'am. That's really nice. Ma'am, according to you, is the glass half full or half empty?
Glass is, I would say half full. I would like to see half full, not half empty. Right? Everybody is unique. Nobody is perfect. So we have to see what all the person has. Same in our life also. We have to count our blessings, not complaints. If God has given you 10,000 reasons to smile, then don't count those 100 reasons to cry. So you have to see that. So count your blessings is, if you are having good health, you are a blessed person. You have survived pandemic, you are a blessed person. If you have a family, you are blessed. If you have true friends, you are blessed. If you are hardworking, you are blessed. You are having a job, you are blessed. You have a roof, you are blessed. You are having meals, you are blessed. But we don't value what we have. We always, when that thing goes away, then we realize the value of that particular thing. You ask 10 people how lucky you are. They will never say, I'm lucky because I have a one-piece body, all my organs are working fine. But you tell them, मुझे आपकी 2 आंखें दे दो, मैं करोड़ों रुपए देने को तैयार हूँ. तब उन्हें समझ आएगा क्या वो दे देंगे, नहीं देंगे, क्योंकि उन्हें तब उसका वैल्यू समझ में आएगा. So half cup full is this only, that everybody has got something, but not everybody has everything. Somebody has money, doesn't have family. Somebody has family, doesn't have money. Somebody has, job, but doesn't have a good health maybe, or somebody has good health, but doesn't have a family. So this is how I say, okay, always see what you have. And early morning, get up and start your day with shukriya. Yes. Not शिकायतें. तो शुक्रिया कीजिए, शिकायतें नहीं. जो आपको मिला है बहुत सारे लोगों को उतना भी नहीं.
जी जी, अभी एक बार दोहराइए हमारे लिए कि भाई सुबह में कैसे उठे हम.
सुबह अपना दिन जो है ना, वो शिकायतों से नहीं, शुक्रिया से शुरू कर.
जी जी,
कि भगवान ने आपको बहुत कुछ दिया है. आप बेगर भी बन सकते थे, आप कॉकरेज भी बन सकते थे, आपको ह्यूमन बॉडी मिली. इट्स अ बिग ब्लेसिंग, राइट? और ये आपके ऊपर है कि आप अपनी उस लाइफ को कैसे यूटिलाइज कर रहे हो. आप उसमें बहुत कुछ कंस्ट्रक्टिव कर सकते हो, आप उसमें बहुत कुछ डिस्ट्रक्टिव कर सकते हो. तो आपको हमेशा ये चीज याद रखनी है कि आप वर्ल्ड में आए हैं तो कुछ अच्छा छोड़ के जाए.
बहुत खूब मैम, बहुत खूब. वेरी वेरी नाइस मैम, वेरी नाइसली put in. I'm sure all the students, the teachers, the parents with whom you've been interacting all these years, and at present you're interacting, they must be very happy to have you around them. Dear friends, ma'am has a lot of experience on how to deal with life and how to be grateful. She says, develop gratefulness, get up with a thank you and end your day with a thank you. Very nice, ma'am. That's a takeaway for me and my audience. Not to complain, but to be thankful and grateful. To develop gratitude. Excellent, ma'am. Ma'am, do you love pets?
Yeah, not so much, but okay. Because why I don't love so much? Because I'm allergic to dogs and cats, all that.
Okay.
That is why I don't go very near to them. But I love them. It's not that I don't love them.
Yes, dear. Do you have any hobbies, ma'am? And if yes, what are they?
Yeah, I like to travel. That's why I'm a trainer. I'm traveling all over India. So I like to travel. I like to cook food. And I like stitching, reading books, watching inspirational videos. All these are my hobbies, like researching. So making research is again my hobby. Looking for good stories for my presentations and looking for good videos. All these things, I love doing, looking for good quotes.
Excellent. Ma'am has a host of hobbies which she follows and she practices. She's really great and passionate in everything she does. I love the way you say, I love to research. That is a hobby. That's really a great hobby, ma'am, to research for important stuff or important information. Ma'am, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate yourself when you have to forgive others?
I'm 8 on that.
Cool, that's really nice.
My mantra of life is let go, forget, and forgive. Because otherwise, you can't have constructive energies in you. If you keep on remembering the things, people, the way they have hurt you and all. See, there are two things, what you can control, what you can't control. You can't control the opinions of others. You can't control the way they talk. You can't control their thoughts. But you can always control your thoughts, your habits. So that change you can't bring in other person. You have to bring that change in yourself.
Superb, ma'am. Excellent. Very nice. You can't change others, but you can change yourself. You have the gift of changing yourself. That's what our resource person, your guest of honor today says. You change yourself. And that is what madam has been training all the students, the teachers, the parents, and all of them who have come to her for counseling and for training. She's enabled them to change themselves into better individuals. So yes, friends, we'll go on with our next question. And ma'am, we'd like to know, how do you think the world would be in the next 50 years? 50 years from now, how would the world be viewed according
I don't know how the world will be. That is a very dicey question because the way the technology is coming up and the things, like I feel, पता नहीं अगले 50 साल में aliens होंगे या हम लोग जब मून पे जा रहे हैं तो वहां के लोग हमारे यहाँ आ रहे होंगे. All sorts of things I have in my mind कि 50 years बाद इतना artificial intelligence grow कर रहा है. So I don't know where we will. आजकल देखो बच्चे writing नहीं करना चाहते because everything is available उनको. They don't need to write. So that is how the things are moving. I don't know 50 years में क्या होगा.
Great, ma'am. We accept that answer from you. So sweet. Ma'am, now we were talking about the future. Now we'll go back to the past. If you were given a chance or a time machine to go into the past, which personality's life you would like to relive in the past?
Yeah, like my father, Yeah, he was a very hardworking person and very sincere. And, like he had mental strength, too much of mental strength. His willpower was very strong. So I really want to have all that, good mental strength and, facing failures and all those strengths that he had, that I want to have in myself.
Great, ma'am. Great. Ma'am, are you a good listener or a speaker?
I'm both.
Ma'am, if you had one superpower given to you, which one would you choose? Which superpower do you want if you are given an opportunity to have it?
Yeah, I want that, I want to at least work for 70 years. I'm already 62.
Wow.
But I want कि 70 years में मैं जितना कर सकती हूँ ना, मतलब my health should be okay, so that I'm able to lose all my positive energy for people.
Yes, ma'am. Definitely, you will contribute, ma'am. And we will definitely reach out to you for all the services that you're giving us, ma'am. That's really nice. Yes, ma'am. Our wishes and, the blessings of all our audience is definitely with us and with you too, ma'am. Ma'am, what are some of the red flags in life? How our audience, how parents, students, according to you from your experience and services you've given, any two red flags to stay safe? To identify the red flags and stay safe.
Definitely. First red flag is don't compare yourself to others. That is most important. Which, nowadays children are not following, not to compare. Even the parents and even the children themselves, they compare a lot. When you compare, now you lose your self-esteem. That is one thing. And then second thing is, you have to have balance in your life. Don't overdo things. एक बहुत छोटे छोटे बच्चे आजकल बहुत रिस्क लेने लग गए. सो मुझे लगता है वो सब चीजें बहुत जरूरी है पेरेंट्स को भी समझाना कि एक हर चीज में बाउंड्रीज होती है, लिमिट्स होती हैं, उनको मेंटेन करके बच्चों को चलना होता है सो दैट दे हैव अ सेफ फ्यूचर फॉर देमसेल्व्स. So that is what these two things are very important. Don't compare yourself.
Excellent, ma'am. Very nice, ma'am. I like it, ma'am. The way you have put it in, like, you know, if you, it affects your self-esteem when you compare yourself to others. Yes.
Yeah. You have so much, but then you think कि मेरे पास ये नहीं है. And then, you know, आप upset होते हो, stress में आते हो, depression में जाते हो. So all this just because you have not seen what you have. You have just compare yourself to others.
Excellent.
यहाँ छोटी सी कहानी शेयर कर सकते हो.
जी 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 जी, जरूर जरूर जरूर.
एक बार एक कौवा होता है और वो जंगल में अच्छा खासा खुश होता है, पर फिर उसको ना एक हंस मिल जाता है और उसको लगता है कि हंस तो इतना सफेद है और मैं काला हूं, तो अपसेट हो जाता है. फिर वो हंस के पास जाता है, उससे पूछता है कि तुम तो बहुत खुश होंगे, तुम इतने सफेद झाग हो. हंस कहता है मैं भी खुश था, लेकिन फिर मुझे तोता मिल गया, उसके पास दो रंग है, मेरे पास तो एक ही है. तो फिर वो तोते के पास जाता है. अब तोता कहता है मैं भी बहुत खुश था, लेकिन फिर मुझे मोर मिल गया. और मोर जो है वो कितना ब्यूटीफुल है, लोग सेल्फी खिंचाते हैं, फोटोग्राफ ले और उसका डांस देख होते हैं. तो मैं हुआ सोचता है चलो मोर के पास जाता हूँ, तो बहुत खुश होता हूँ. वो मोर के पास पहुंचता है तो पहले तो उसे मोर मिलता नहीं है, फिर उसे अजायब घर में मोर मिल जाता है. तो जब सब लोग चले जाते हैं, भीड़ छट जाती है, तो मोर के पास जाता है, मोर से कहता है कि तुम तो बहुत खुश होंगे. मोर कहता है कि मैं तो एक कैदी हूँ और तुम एक आजाद पंछी हो, तो मैं कैसे खुश रह सकता हूँ. मैं तो, तुम देखो कि तुम्हारे को कितना कुछ मिला है, तुम फ्रीली उड़ सकते हो, जो जहां चाहो बैठ सकते हो, खा सकते हो, सब कुछ. तब कौवा रियलाइज करता है कि वाकई जो मुझे मिला था उसको तो मैं देख नहीं रहा, और जो मेरे पास नहीं है वो दूसरे में से मैं ढूंढने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ. ऐसे ही एक बार एक गिलहरी भी होती है नो. तो वो गिलहरी एक डॉक्टर के पास जाती है, उनके पास ना बहुत सारी पूंछ होती है. तो सोचती है कि ना मेरी पूंछ तो बड़ी छोटी सी है, मुझे अच्छी नहीं लगती, मैं दूसरी पूंछ ले लेती हूँ. तो कभी बंदर की पूंछ लगाती है, कभी किसी की पूंछ लगाती है, बट अल्टीमेटली उसको लेसन यही मिलता है कि भाई किसी की पूंछ इतनी ज्यादा लंबी है और किसी की इतनी भारी है कि मैं ऐसे उछल कूद नहीं कर सकती. तो अल्टीमेटली शी कम्स टू नो कि मैं ही सबसे, मुझे ही भगवान ने सबसे अच्छी पूंछ दी है. तो हमें यही अपने अंदर देखना है. और जैसा आपने शुरू में कहा था, वी हैव टू वर्क नॉट ऑन जस्ट लाइक कहें कि मेटीरियलिस्टिक इम्प्रूव करना है, नहीं. हमें जो आज हम हैं उससे अपने को बेटर करना है इन ऑल एस्पेक्ट्स. चाहे वो रिलेशनशिप्स हो, चाहे अपनी हेल्थ हो, चाहे अपना प्रोफेशन हो, एवरीवेयर वी शुड थिंक हाउ टू एक्सेल.
Excellent, ma'am. Thank you for those beautiful stories that you have shared with us. Thank you so much. बहुत सीख मिली है उन कहानियों में, मैम. शुक्रिया, मैम. And one more thing, ma'am. One question: should mental health be prioritized? If yes, yeah, the answer will be yes.
Yes, because if you don't have mental health, then you don't have any health. Because if you are mentally healthy, then you will sleep well, you will eat well, you will be more constructive, your confidence level will be high, you will be a rational thinker, right? But if you are having negative thoughts, then what will happen? You will suffer from high BP, you will have sugar issues, you will have many more issues. You won't be able to sleep well, you'll be stressed, you will have memory lapses, you will not like to socialize also. So there are so many things which you will lose if you lose your mental health. And mental health, physical health, they all go hand in hand. Right? So one has to work towards it.
Superb, superb, ma'am. We wish and hope that you have a very blessed future and a happy long life.
Thank you.
Before we sign off, would you like to just share something else, and would you like to give a message to all the teachers, the parents, the students, the youth, senior citizens?
Sure. So the message I want to give is that nobody is perfect, so don't look for perfection. छोटी सी लाइनों से मैं उसको करना चाहूंगी. कंठ दिया कोयल को तो रूप छीन लिया, रूप दिया मोर को तो इच्छा छीन ली, इच्छा दी इंसान को तो संतोष छीन लिया, संतोष दिया साधु संतों को तो उनसे संसार छीन लिया, संसार दिया देवी देवताओं को चलाने तो उनसे मोक्ष छीन लिया. So nobody's perfect. Be happy with your imperfections. Okay? Accept yourself for what you are.
One another. Ma'am, we thank you for your presence, ma'am. We thank you for sharing all the experiences that you had. Definitely we'll reach out to you and we'll really get connected and have many more meetings together, and we'll share and multiply joys and happiness everywhere. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Crystal.
Yes, dear.
For the opportunity.
Yes, dear friends, we'd like to sign off today with a happy note from our dignitary today. You can do it. No matter what, don't give up. You can do it. These are the 3 magic words for today. Signing off, this is your host. Take care, everyone. Ma'am, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.